there are a number of things where Finnish people completely suck ass. And today I'm going to teach you 7 things of those. Let's go check them out. What up, Fantastics? How you're doing? My name is Aleksi and I make fantastic videos about Finnish culture, lifestyle and language. So if you're into those things, subscribe, because it's going to be worth it. First thing to kick off things with today is compliments. Like, Finnish people suck with compliments. Not just giving, but also receiving. And I don't really know what's the reason. I think it's probably because we are too humble. So even if you do like something really kick-ass, you achieve some awesome milestone, you make a kick-ass sale, we just don't really know how to celebrate it, especially when there are other people around us. And actually one reason to this is that we don't want to come across as braggers, because bragging is very kind of negative thing in Finland. Come on, if you actually achieve something, especially with some other people, I think that's definitely worth to be like, whoa, I did it. But it's not really a thing in Finland. This also applies to giving out compliments. I mean, Finnish people do say thanks and these kind of things, but we could definitely do it much more. Like, for example, if I get a good customer service, like yesterday I went to buy some stuff at Stockman, and there was this really nice lady who helped me out with stuff, and at the end of the stuff I said like, hey, thank you for the great customer service, you really helped me out. These kind of things Finns definitely should do more. Thing which I've noticed myself, especially when it comes down to dating, I usually ask a girl I'm just like, hey, what are some of the things you're good at? And they're like, even if I give them a permission to kind of promote or brag a little bit, they usually don't actually say any stuff, any things they're good at. God damn it. And the next thing is Swedish. Like, Finnish people don't really speak good Swedish. And why I'm actually bringing this up, because the Swedish is actually the second official language in Finland. Did you know that? Despite that, Finns don't really speak that good Swedish. And last time we talked about the good things, Finnish people are generally quite good at speaking languages, but Swedish is not just one of those languages. And I found this interesting article at savonsanomat.fi, which stated that the Swedish skills of Finns have plummeted since 2007, and the reason was that until 2007, Swedish was one of the obligatory subjects in the matriculation exams, which is the kind of the A-level or the final exams in upper secondary school. But after that, it has been kind of released as a optional subject. But ever since, like, boom, the Swedish level of Finns have sucked since then. Or, well, not sucked, but at least gone down. And this has actually caused a few problems because, you know, it's the official language, and that means that in public sector you also need to be able to service in Swedish. But because there are not enough Swedish speakers in Finland, it's not possible to get service in Swedish in all possible places, even if you want to. And according to the article, youth psychiatry, did I pronounce it correctly, is not able to service in Swedish because there are not enough speakers. And usually the private sector hires these Swedish speakers, so public sector is just left empty-handed. It's the same for me. I mean, I was really good at Swedish. I liked Swedish. Swedish is a very fun language and not that difficult, especially compared to Finnish. But ever since I left school, I don't really have any chances to use it. Well, here in Helsinki there are definitely more Swedish speakers. I can hear every day like some people speaking like this Finnish Swedish. If you learn a language but you don't use it, you will forget it. That's the raw truth. We have to just accept it. But there is no really big chances or motivation us to use it, and that's why we forget it. There are some people who use this term PAKKORUOTSI, which means like this obligatory or forced Swedish, that we just have to learn it because it's kind of like in the state of the law that Finland has 2 official languages, but no one really cares about it. And I bet my ass that there are definitely some people who would like to just scrap Swedish completely from Finnish stuff. Next thing is marketing and selling. One of the reasons why I launched this channel was to promote all the cool stuff that we have in Finland and give you more insights about our culture in a fun and interesting way. And the thing is that in Finland we have a lot of awesome stuff, but we don't really promote it out of the world. I mean, we should definitely do it much more. It would probably increase tourism and international visitors and stuff, but that's really something we have to work on. Because we're again too humble. I guess the reason is that if we promote this awesome stuff, it's considered as bragging, but I think that's bullshit. I mean, if we have something awesome, we should just go full force and promote, like, come to Finland, we have some kick-ass stuff here. You know what's kind of strange? If an international media gives coverage to Finland or Finnish stuff, then Finnish people are like, Yeah, so if someone else does it for us, then we are like, yes, torilla tavataan. So that's kind of the marketing perspective, but also the selling is something I want to talk about because I'm currently working as a sales professional, so I have some personal stuff also to say about this topic. You know, selling is pretty much vital for every business to survive. If you can't make sales, you don't get paid and you don't survive basically. But in general, the image or reputation of selling is considered very bad. And the reason is that there are a number of people who are doing it so shittily that it's actually ruining the reputation of the whole field. Especially there are these like telemarketers who are even like scamming, cheating, and doing this kind of like really kind of shady stuff. And it also affects, of course, every sales perception because of these guys. So for example, if someone approaches you in the street, the first thing Finnish people might think that, oh, this guy's probably trying to sell me something. Or if I get a phone call from a random number, they might think, oh, it's probably a telemarketer. We are kind of like on our toes when it comes down to these strangers trying to approach us. It's kind of interesting because there are so many people who are completely sucking at it and it's making things more difficult for others. And the next thing Finnish people are quite bad is expressing their feelings. Why this is problematic is that it's quite difficult to figure it out. For example, one of the problems is, for example, non-expressiveness. So if you ask someone how are they doing, they might just say it's like, okay, but they don't, even if they might have some real problems in their life. So we don't really easily open up and, you know, be honestly communicate and let know what's happening in our life. And another problem is this kind of like a expressiveness and reactiveness. Like if something really awesome happens and you say, hey, like I managed to, you know, do something really awesome, then we're just like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, good stuff. So we don't really react that expressively. At least, for example, I'm really one of those guys, like I'm just like, oh, that's cool. So my way to kind of say like, oh, that's cool, congratulations, is not really expressive. And the next things Finnish people suck at is talking to strangers and new people. Probably this is not a surprise, we've talked about this quite a few times on this channel, but this is not only a problem for internationals, but also as Finns. I mean, we Finns don't talk to a new Finn as long as there's a really good reason to. And there's usually an argument like Finns are very shy and reserved, but I would say that Finns are just Finns. They're just being Finns and that's the reason. And it's not the fact that Finns don't want to meet people. I mean, because even we Finns are human, we are social creatures. We are made to, you know, interact with each other. But it's just that we are not so capable or skilled of saying hello to a stranger. I mean, it's really simple if we think about it. We are just saying hi to a new person, then that's it. That's it, but it's not that easy for Finns. And just to take an example from dating, I've been single for a while and I've been using Tinder, but my photos suck ass and I haven't been getting many matches, and I actually hate the texting and stuff. So instead what I've been doing, I've been talking to girls in the street or approaching girls in the shopping mall just to see how they react, and I've got a lot of good feedback from them, like, hey, that's so awesome that you have the balls to say hello to girls in the daytime sober. So my point, what I'm trying to say is that we Finns do want to talk to strangers, but no one is actually doing that. Keep that in mind. And another thing what I have to say is that Finnish people have very good situational humor and even small talk skills, but the problem is that no one just opens their mouth. But once someone does that, you can actually get some pretty fun interaction out of it. Keep that in mind. The next thing is keeping the drinking in control. You know, Finnish people are kind of heavy drinkers. Booze is very important in our culture. And when Finnish people go to drink and to party, they usually just go like all the way to the very bitter end when they have to go to speak Norwegian to their toilet. And I've never understood why alcohol is such a holy thing here in Finland. It's just very big part, well, I wouldn't say big part, but definitely a part of our culture. Especially because it's very expensive. I actually made a post in Yodel and I asked like, how much do you spend when you go out to party or get drunk? And there were some people said like, even 300 euros or 150 euros per night. And that's a crap load of money. That's insane. And I'm not saying that drinking is bad. I also drink, but I don't get wasted. I can't even get really wasted because even if I drink a lot, my system says like, Aleksi, if you don't stop that, you're going to throw up. So yeah, I can't really get that wasted myself. And also we have to keep in mind that people around the world get drunk. It's not just like a Finns get drunk, but here it's just very kind of visible thing to see and more like a norm to get drunk if you go out to have fun. This last point is what I've titled this here is like doing something that stands out. And this is kind of like, how would I say, Finns are a little bit conservative when it comes down to doing something that is out of their comfort zone. And I found an interesting article from Yle that Finnish people are not good at complaining when it comes down to consumer business. For example, if you have a product and it's faulty, you want to get it replaced, but Finnish people don't want to go through the hassle of making the complaint or the reclamation, whatever you call it, and getting the new product placement. And the article says that Finnish people feel that it's their fault that the product is not working, and that's why they don't go through the process of getting the new one. And that is just absolutely ridiculous. And I believe another factor is that they don't want to get through these unnecessary interactions with some customer service people. But can you believe that this is very, very true? As a Finn, I can definitely say this is true, that if we can get through to some situation, whatever, by avoiding unnecessary interactions with some strangers, then we definitely do that. We definitely want to take the easier way out of the situation. Okay, have you noticed any other things where Finnish people could definitely upgrade their skills? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to check out the video we did last time, 7 things where Finnish people are good at. Do it here. See you next time. So moro.